Hello, everyone. In this session, we are going to discuss what is the deep learning concept, how deep learning concept works. So, we are going to explore one of the most powerful and advanced technologies in the world of AI. So the deep learning is designed to mimic the most powerful computer in the universe, that is the human brain. So whether it is a ChatGPT writing a poem or a self-driving car stopped for a red light, they all are trying to copy how human brain process the information. So let's understand a better with an example. So let's go to the concept of deep learning with a better example. Right? So if you see here, so let's try a quick experiment together. So let's have a look on this image. And when I ask, what is this? And you instantly said it's an apple, right? You didn't even have to try, but hold on, that decision actually took a huge amount of work inside your head. It is not just happened so fast, it just happened so fast you didn't notice that. Let's hit and let's hit the slow motion button and see what actually happened. Okay, so first stage, if you see in the first stage, lights hits your eyes acts like a camera lens. They capture the raw picture, just a bunch of red color and round shape from this, but your eyes doesn't even know it is an apple, right? They just see the raw data, right? In the second stage, the message will be that your eye sent a message to your brain. This is where the magic happens. Your brain is not a big blob. It's a massive network of billions of neurons which passing the information or passing the message to each other. So your brain process the images in the layer. So in the first layer, if you see the first layer, the first group of neurons in the first layer look at the basics. They say, hey, I see a curved line, or I see the red a color and a shape. That's it. And then it passes to the second layer, right? The second layer, uh, look into the look for what is this, right? They pass in for the next group of layer. They say, oh, the curve matches a round shape and the texture looks something like a fruit skin. And then it passes to the third stage, the final stage where the last layer put it all together. It's round and it's a red and it has a steam, and finally the layer confirms that this is an apple. And every layer here, every layer 1 2 3, added a little bit more understanding from shapes to complex texture to the final object. So here, so why I'm telling all this biology? Why I'm telling all this biology? Because deep learning also works exactly the same way. So it deep learning copies the same how your brain process the information in a layer format. The same way your deep learning technology also copy the same, right? So your brain process information through a multiple layers of neurons, just like a deep learning. So let's understand further and go to how exactly the deep learning works when it comes to the. So if you see here, when you build a AI, we first build artificial neural networks inside the computer, right? So the first, if you see in the input layer, so the input layer is the one where here when you see in our brain, it is actually the eyes. Here, instead of eyes, we feed the computer pixels of an image. It could be pixels of an image or a text or a sound, numbers, etc. In the next layers, that is the hidden layers. Instead of brain neurons, so we create artificial neurons in layers. The first layer finds the edges, and the middle layer finds the shapes, colors, etc. The deep layer, the final layer or the deep layer, which identifies the object or recognize the object. So the output layer is the one which gives the answer. So let's say you're showing the image that an apple, then the computer gives the answer. I am 99% sure, I am sure this is the apple. So the more layers we add, the deeper the network gets, and the smarter it becomes. That is why we are calling it as the deep learning. So here what we written is neural networks works like the exact the human brain. They learn step by step through processing layers of artificial neurons. Okay. So now we understand that how brain works through layers of neurons.